have the two questions. It's a simple thing. It's the easy one.
And Peter, I got to tell you, I really liked what you had to say. It was really informative. I can't believe that you won't be the next U.S. Senator.
Thank you. Well, first thing is, I want to give you an easy question that you probably know the answer to, but it's probably good for your drug presentation. Do you know what percent of crimes in the United States, and I'm talking about burglaries, robberies, muggings, those type of crimes, are committed by drug addicts who are committing those crimes because they need the money to buy the expensive drugs that are only expensive because they're illegal?
I'm just going to guess that it's 50%.
Well, I don't know. I was asking you.
No, actually, I thought you...
I think it's really high.
Oh, I do too.
And that's the crime element that I think is the most important. Not the fact that we're arresting people for using drugs, which is bad. But think of all the crimes that are committed by drug addicts that wouldn't be committed if drugs were less expensive. If they can actually have actual jobs instead of having to be criminals, because that's the only way they can support their habits. Because that's where see, I don't use drugs, but that's what it affects me. When someone breaks into my car and steals my radio to buy their drugs, that's when the war on drugs really is going to hit me.
Well, no, completely concur. And of course, when you have your car broken into now or your radio stolen, the only reason that you go to the police is really to get a report that you can then take to your insurance. But imagine if, in my estimation, rational drug policy, legalizing marijuana, looking at harm reduction strategies on all these other drugs, that you'd go to the police and they'd actually have the resources to go out and track down the person that broke into your car and stole your radio, and 50% chance that it wouldn't have even happened in the first place because it would have been taken away because they wouldn't be needing to do it.
Look, the solutions are so simple, which brings me to my second question. Why don't you just run for president for 2012? So you got to expand to do that because you're a former governor from a western state that's worked before, and you talked for I don't know how long, and you didn't say one thing that I disagreed with, and that's rare. So, I mean, you're not working, right? You sold your company.
Well, so I am the honorary chairman of a 501c4, which allows me to raise money, speak out on the issues of the day. By the way, if anybody wants to donate like $5 to the campaign or to the initiative, that would be terrific. But as part of the 501c4, I can't lay any intention of running for any office of any kind. That's just the way these laws read.
Because I think you'd be a good candidate.
Well, thank you.
I'd like to work to help you, especially if I was in the United States Senate. It'd be good to have a sympathetic president. So it wasn't all about filibusters and, there was actually somebody that could sign all the bills I want to repeal.
Well, this is a mutual fan club, I got to tell you. I loved what you had to say. I haven't ever heard Peter speak, and I've heard great things about him, and now I see why. Yes.
I have one follow-up question I meant to ask you on more drugs, and I forgot. Given the fact that obviously the element of our society that has the most to lose from legalization and decriminalization would be organized crime, were you ever afraid, as the governor of New Mexico advocating that you'd get whacked? Or did anybody ever threaten your life at all?
You can't help but think that. You can't help but think that. But that's where the threat would come from, would be organized crime.
Because I've been, nervous to kind of speak about that issue for that very reason. If anybody actually thought I could help bring it about, I'd be very nervous, walking around town at night, because I know that you're threatening a real industry, and a lot of people that are making a lot of money, don't want to see those profits taken away.
It'll be like a Lee Harvey Oswald deal. They'll hire somebody that ostensibly is against the drugs, and this guy's talking about legalizing, so we can go back.
But nothing ever happened to you. No threats.
No.
It's good to know.
I love that when I would have debated Asa Hutchinson in Albuquerque, and I walked into the debate, which was really very, very heavily attended. Thousands of people on NPR radio. He walked in with 14 security people. Just thought it was a little ironic.
Yeah, well, I wish I had Blumenthal's money. So, well, you're talking about Blumenthal. Well, he's got a billionaire. I don't have that kind of money. So
what's the strategy?
Well, I have to spend a some.
Take their fund to leverage up in CDS swaps on our own state.
I wasn't running a hedge fund. Man, these top 25 guys. I think our clients probably got better returns than these hedge fund guys did. But I didn't charge you 2 and 20, so I didn't make $1 billion. But my strategy is just hopefully to get my message out there. I've been running commercials all week. I'm running them next week. I did 2 weeks of radio ads.
I think the town halls, the teletown halls.
We're going to do some more of those. We did one. We're going to do more of those. We got volunteers. My poll numbers are moving up. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, that momentum continues a couple months. I think hopefully I can get Republicans to realize that I am their best chance of beating Victor, number one. But number two, I'm the best chance of actually accomplishing something in Washington. I'm the only guy that's actually going to go there and is willing to do what needs to be done. Because the country is broke. And we need radical change, and no one is going to do that but me. No one is going to try. I mean, I don't even know if I can succeed, but at least I'm going to try. I don't think any other candidates will even try.
Right. I don't see any other candidate articulating the issues as well as.
I don't think they understand.
Start with that, then articulate it, and then go to Washington.
Yeah, it's not that they're bad people. I just don't think that they really understand how high the stakes are, and that they have the credibility. On the economy to convince the other senators that they're wrong. Because I've got to go there and say, I know what Ben Bernanke is saying. Yeah, he's the chairman of the Federal Reserve, but he's wrong. He doesn't know anything about economics. I know this guy's the chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors, the president. He's wrong. I don't see any of my other opponents. They can actually say that. They can convince me with a straight face that I know more about economics than these guys. Here's this guy that's got a Nobel Prize in economics. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Right? And at least I can explain why they don't know what they're talking about.
And show preaching to an uneducated electorate.
Yeah, but I speak in such simple terms, and I use easy analogies that even the congressman can understand. That's my gift.
There we go. Peter, thank you.
Let me
volunteer your
read
time.
you.
Self-dealing.
See, Ben Bernanke, he'll never understand it because he's too indoctrinated. He's too, it's a religion for him. About, cognitive dissonance. I'll never get through to that guy. But I can get the congressmen because they don't have PhDs in economics. They wouldn't brainwash their whole life by Keynesians. So he's not going to be able to, see it because he's too,
He'll be able to convert some of the Republicans, but the Democrats. That's another matter.
My main thing, as I said, all I need is 40 senators.
That's why we need to get you in.
If I get 40 senators, my plan is just to stop the debt ceiling from going up. Because we can accomplish everything with that. Because if Congress can't borrow, they can't spend. Right? If they're spending $1.60 for every dollar they collect in taxes. People say, hey, let's repeal health care. We don't have to repeal it. Don't raise the debt ceiling. And they can't pay for it. Right? Stop the borrowings. And then they have to cut. And they always say in the past, they say, we can't do that because the government will shut down. Fine with me, shut it down. Because otherwise the country's going to shut down. So let's force it down, and then, you deal with it. Because that's how, you don't spend money you don't have. Right? It's a simple concept.
At this point, that's...
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Mark to market, yes or no?
Yes, absolutely. We abandoned it now. All the banks are insolvent.
Now, how could you be against it? It makes sense. It's otherwise,
we're all that's what we do. Let's deny there's a problem. Let's sweep it under the rug. Let's live in a delusion. That's what the Mark to myth accounting is that we got going on now.
Thank you.
Game scenario. There's no way this is going to happen. We've got a $1 trillion deficit in pensions across the country. 48 out of 50 states right now. They're in dire shapes as far as budget deficits. I mean, they're failing bad. California leading the pack, Florida, Michigan, Rhode Island. I mean, this is happening, and it's going to affect all states because of the way they've intertwined the states through the dependency on their fiat currency. This is what we need to stop. We need to get audit the Fed out. HR 1207. Peter Schiff has been a supporter of all these things. If he gets to the Senate, I know this man will be one person down there that will ring the bell of alarm when we need to know it. And this guy is incredible. I love Peter Schiff.
That's good. What's your name and where are you from?
My name's Timothy Burchett. I work with the 10th Amendment rallies and the 10th Amendment Center over in Rhode Island. We've done a lot of work over there. And Timothy from Narragansett on WPR. Thank you.